What's going on, guys? It's Zinux here, back with another video for you guys, and today we're going to be doing Destiny top 15 weapons of all time. I've been wanting to do a video like this for a while now to show off the most popular and most strongest weapons of all time in Destiny. So without further ado, guys, let's get straight into the video. Coming in at number 15 is going to be the Zombie Apocalypse Heavy Machine Gun. This weapon was very strong in year 1 and proves to still be so in year 2. Still never got it once, but it is definitely a great heavy machine gun, as my friends have got it before and I was able to test it out on my own and actually just see the gameplay of them playing it, and it is a really good heavy machine gun. Number 14, we have the Doctrine of Passing. This one could have been probably a bit higher on the list, but since Bungie doesn't want to give it to me, then it shall be 14. Another strong weapon, as it is a bullet hole style auto rifle that gets the job done. If you're running Trials or Iron Banner, you're going to see a lot of this weapon, that is for sure. It probably is one of the strongest auto rifles of year 2 so far, especially for Trials wise. So if you guys get this weapon, make sure you keep it and see what kind of rolls you got, and try and use it and see what happens. Number 13 is going to be the Hawksaw Pulse Rifle. The Hawksaw was generally looked over gun until it randomly burst onto the scene with overpowering damage and stability to bring down its enemies. Getting this weapon with a stability perk make it out to be probably your best pulse rifle in your inventory. So if you guys enjoy pulse rifles and you get the Hawksaw, make sure to try it out and see what you can do with it, as it is probably one of the strongest pulse rifles right now. Number 12 is an old favorite from year 1, which is the Ill Will Hand Cannon. The reason this weapon is rated so highly is because of a certain perk roll you could achieve on this weapon. If you could get the right rolls, you would be able to get Luck in the Chamber, explosive rounds, and final round, making it an explosive, literally, damage dealer in the Crucible. A lot of people secretly knew about this weapon and took full advantage of it if given the right rolls. Now with these rolls, mainly if you could get a good roll on it too, you could have it where it only has 6 bullets in the magazine. So that's 1 Luck in the Chamber shot and a final round that are going to come in pretty much immediately. Coming in at number 11 is my all-time favorite exotic weapon, which is the Red Death. Back when we went through the Thorn phase, we had one other weapon that was dominant in Trials or Iron Banner against it, which was the Red Death. Personally, I used this weapon over the Thorn back when Thorn was so powerful that's all anyone would use. With its health regeneration perk and high impact, you were able to take anyone down before the rest of the dot damage could kill you, making this one of my most favorite weapons ever actually. Here we go into the top 10s. Number 10 will be the Praetor's Revenge. The sniper with full stability and amazing perk trees was the king of snipers for a while in Crucible and PvE. If the impact was only a little bit higher on the weapon, it would have been the best sniper in the game of all time in my opinion. Just the perks on it were too well. You had the ambush scope, you also had the full stability like I said, and it just destroyed people. If you missed the first shot, the next one's pretty much already lined up. Once again though, this whole list is based off of my own opinion of the best and most popular weapons in Destiny, so just, letting that out there so you guys don't totally flip out. If you guys have top 10, top 15 in your eyes better, make sure to list them in the comment section down below. Number 9, we have Party Crasher. I know rating shotguns is kind of dumb because they don't require much skill, but this top 15 rating is on the most popular and most used weapons in Destiny. With that out of the way, the Party Crasher was pretty much the go-to shotgun for PvE or Crucible with its usually long-range perk trees and high impact damage. If you couldn't get a Felwinter's, the Party Crasher was your next best shotgun. Number 8 would be the Last Word. Now this weapon was one of the weapons everybody raged at when getting killed by an enemy in the Crucible. With its high rate of fire and complete crazy accuracy at close range, this weapon deserves to be high on the list. The reason it's not higher is because it was only ever really good in the Crucible. PvE wise, it's not the greatest, it can still be used, but it really scales the best in Crucible. Number 7 would be the Longbow Synthesis. The sniper not only in year 1, but brought back into action in year 2 was and is such a powerful sniper. Use the sniper with my favorite scope ambush puts me at such a higher KD with it, even though I suck at sniping. I'm really not that good at it. The sniper can be used equally in Crucible and PvE with its high impact and favored perfect stability perks. You can get some really good perks in this weapon, especially if you can get an unflinching. That is your best bet, especially for Crucible. Number 6 is the Felwinter's Lie. The shotgun was not only the king of shotguns, but the only thing you would ever need as a secondary in the Crucible with its incredible damage and long range stats. If you can't use a sniper too well, the Felwinter's Lie was the gun you would turn to. Talking highly about shotguns is a sensitive subject, I know, but even if they don't require such skill, you still gotta admire the weapon for being so good in its prime. Number 5 is the Hawkmoon. Such a powerful primary hand cannon, deemed it king of the hand cannons early on in year 1. If it wasn't Thorn in Trials, it was Hawkmoon. Luckily, I was Xbox One when the Hawkmoon was broken as well. Now, finally balanced, the weapon proves to still be very strong, and I would and do use it often in the Crucible or just in PvE in general. If you're looking to get better with hand cannons or give them a shot, then go for the Hawkmoon first. It'll give you a great feeling of power when using it. Number 4 is the Mida Multi-Tool. Now, the minor multi-tool kind of came out of hiding when everything died down with Thorn and all the other broken weapons. The minor multi-tool was and still is a strong scout rifle that rage-tastic little kids want nerf. With its hair trigger firing, you can use this weapon in PvE and Crucible. It reigns supreme in both and is probably the best scout rifle at the moment. Make sure to give it a try if you haven't already. Before we get into the top 3, let's take a look at some honorable mentions. Number 1 would be the Monte Carlo. Number 2 would be the LDR. And our last honorable mention would be the Zalos Supercell. Now, there are a crazy amount of amazing weapons in Destiny, so it's kind of hard to not put too many more honorable mentions or make a bigger list of weapons, but I could always make another video listing more top, weapons, because there's just so many good ones to list. It's hard to kind of place these ones in the top 3 without thinking of others first. So I just wanted to let you guys know that before we get into the top 3, and you guys might be disappointed. For third place position, we have the Fatebringer. The Fatebringer was probably the most favorite PvE hand cannon of all time, with its godlike perks that consisted of Outlaw, Explosive Rounds, and Firefly. Still to this day, people are trying to grab a hand cannon that's close enough to the perks of the old Fatebringer. The closest thing to it is the Imligo Loop, which you can get from the Undying Mind Strike. So if you guys really want another Fatebringer, make sure to go for that Undying Mind Strike and keep grinding it back to back. Or in Rise of Iron, just grind it once and pick it out of the chest, and hopefully you'll get the rolls you want. Doesn't it seem the first raid for Destiny had the best weapons ever? Coming in at second place would be the Thorn. Yes, this old bastard. I know. Not what you guys want at all, but you gotta think of how popular it was that it had to be in a high position on the list. This weapon is probably the most hated gun in Destiny due to its dot damage, which is damage over time ability, which Bungie took their sweet ass time nerfing. This weapon was the go-to weapon every weekend for trials and even in Iron Banner with its 2-shot kill with the powerful dot burn. Bungie has also decided to bring this weapon back with Rise of Iron. This was a tough rating because I know it was going to get a lot of hate, but please understand that this was one of the most popular and strongest weapons in its time. Now for number 1, the king of all weapons in Destiny, the Gjallarhorn. Yeah, I know you all saw it coming, whatever. I know you're all calling it. Before you even clicked on the video, you're going to be like, oh, number 1 was the Gjallarhorn, whatever. But you know it's correct. There's no other weapon deemed better than this old rocket, and it's coming back. The Gjallarhorn was and is the strongest rocket launcher of all time with its Wolfpack rounds and wide blast radius. This weapon was actually so popular and powerful that Bungie had to nerf it due to its overuse and high damage in the Wolfpack rounds. And their own percentages of weapons used in Destiny, the Gjallarhorn was on top right in front of Thorn. That's crazy. The problem with Gjallarhorn was that people used it way too much over any other heavy weapon, especially over any other heavy rocket launcher. The next heavy rocket launcher was way below the list of percentage in comparison to the Gjallarhorn. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this top 15 weapons in Destiny, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Destiny content. If you have a certain weapon that you wish was in this top 15, make sure to let me know down in the comments below. Once again, this was all my opinion on the matter. You guys might not agree with it. That is perfectly fine. Please don't just destroy the dislike button. If you have a problem with it, let me know in the comments down below what you think, which weapon was better, and so on and so forth. Without further ado, Guardians, Harmony within, Hurricane without, and I'll see you all in the next video.